All right, we're going to continue our testing this new tough resin by Atlas 3D Vulcan Tabletop. We've printed up a bin of minis, combination of modern soldiers and D&D style bandits and town guards. All right, up first we have a soldier, an M16 style rifle, decently long and thin barrel on that guy. Got one of his associates here with a much shorter barrel, a little stockier rifle. Not expecting any damage on this guy, he's pretty chonky. Little rocket launcher guy. We'll spike him into the ground. Now here's one that's going to be a real challenge. Nice thin scope, long thin barrel on the sniper rifle. He got a couple bounces. Mr. Double Crossbow here. Should be primed for snapping. How about a spear? Oh, I think that spear broke. Some more thin crossbows. Some knives and swords. And another guy with a spear. Let's see what happens on this one. I heard that one bounce a couple times. And just for good measure, another nice thin bow and arrow. Alright, so what do we have? The sniper is intact. We're going to throw that one again to be sure. Crossbow's looking good. Long-barreled rifle, still intact. Crossbows to the side, looking good. Short barrel rifle, still good. Knives and sword. Alright, so we did lose a leg on the spear guy. I had assumed it was the spear, but it was a leg. Bow and arrow survived. Other spear guy, perfectly good. And rocket launcher, intact. We gather all these up and we're going to throw them all as a handful straight down onto the concrete. Alright, so here's our handful of guys. Again, this might be a bit extreme, but if they can survive being lightly thrown at a concrete table or floor, they're going to survive any knocks and dings that you might get actually playing with them. Crossbows. See how hard you actually have to throw this to break it. And there we go. So if you throw it pretty hard directly into a sheet of plywood and let it bounce off the concrete floor, you can still break these minis. You're not going to break them putting them in a box or playing with them on a table. All right, let's check on the rest of these. Barrel, still intact. Looks like we might have lost the scope on this rifle. Bow and arrow, still intact. Short barrel rifle guy, still intact. Other crossbow, still there. Sniper rifle, still intact. I'm going to throw him some more. Swords and blades. Still there. Alright, we're going to huck this sword and blade guy right at the board. Alright, threw him hard enough to bounce all the way back to me. Nothing broken. Now, the sniper, now I have a feeling, if you actually throw this, there's no way this can survive. Alright, that one bounced under a shelf here, but it survived. Let's try it again. And there we go. So multiple throws in order to break it. Right, none of this is realistic. You're not going to be doing these to your minis. But if you did, a lot of them will have a pretty good chance of surviving. This resin is fairly durable, I would say.